What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now the season of the Drifter has finally arrived. We got that new Gambit Prime, we got the Reckoning, tons of new armor, bunch of perks on that armor for Gambit. And how does it all work? Well, I got some Gambit Prime gameplay in, and let me tell you, it is amazing. Now it is a lot more fast paced. Now the better teams are going to be able to prevail a lot more here, I think, than regular Gambit. But let me just get down to tell you how it all works. Now it is much like the regular Gambit gameplay for the 3 spawn areas for the ads, and you are going to have your bank sitting in the middle of the map. Now your first set of ads aren't anything too hard to deal with, but then when you get into your second set of ads, when they spawn in, you get into some bigger enemies, some yellow bars, and some kind of mini bosses. Now let's take a look at invading. It feels the same to me. You know, you go in, you got your time, you kill your enemies, you can still see them, everything's just like it was in Gambit. And I still use a scout rifle for the main reason, because I like to invade, and when I do, I like to pick people from a distance with a scout rifle. It makes it really easy to take them down. Now, pairing up with my scout rifle, I like to use the Juten for this game mode. Now, when you get into your 3rd wave, your 4th wave, and the farther on waves of these enemies, you start getting bigger bosses, and they kind of get bigger as it goes. Now, most of these yellow bars, I found out you can 2-shot with the Juten, making it extremely easy to take them out. Now moving on to the actual boss fight, taking down the Prime. As you can see here, we got these 2 enemy markers. There are going to be 2 envoys there that you need to kill, and upon killing those 2, there is going to be a 3rd one that spawns in, and you will need to kill it before you can even damage the Prime. Now the 3rd one doesn't spawn in until you kill the first 2, but once you kill this 3rd one, it's going to drop a well of light. Now when you're standing in this well of light, you are getting a damage boost on the Prime. It feels like every shot you deal is a crit shot. You have to be standing in this actual well of light to damage boss. You can be standing anywhere on the map and still do damage. You just do more damage when you're standing in the well. Now this is where things are going to start getting tricky for most teams, and you're going to want to be able to time your damage phase and when you take out that 3rd envoy to actually start your damage. Now the other team's invader seems like they come pretty quick, and if you're taking these envoys out as fast as you can, by the time you hit that 3rd one and take him out, the invader will be there. So if you can, you want to try to wait a little bit before you take that 3rd one out, let the invader come in, take him out, and then take the envoy out and damage the Prime, so you're not having to worry about the invader as you're in damage phase. Now as you can see here, we just killed that 3rd envoy, and as soon as I'm about to start damage, we get the invader coming in. Now this was my first game, so I wasn't too sure about how this was all going to work, but we kind of figured it out as we were going. Now there's one more thing I want to mention about the actual Gambit Prime gameplay. It is the actual blockers that the other team is sending through. Now doing this solo like I did, we weren't really coordinated, can't really coordinate without a mic, but the blockers, when they come in, if you leave them there, they will actually start draining motes out of your bank. So it'd be nice to actually have a designated person that can take them out, and later on when people get those character roles, I'm sure the sentry is going to be guy watching the bank and taking out those blockers. Now when I was actually playing this, I did have a couple teammates who didn't exactly know what they were doing, and they were just kind of running around the map, not knowing where to stand, not knowing who to shoot, when to shoot what, and all this. I'm hoping this video is going to help those guys out understand what they should be doing and when they should be doing it. Now upon completion, you can see here that I did get an armor synth, and I'm going to explain to you what to do with those armor synths and what they're used for. Alright, now to start off with the armor synths, at first you can go to a Drifter and he's going to give you some of these bounties. Now upon completing these bounties, you are going to get specific armor synths, so you don't have to worry about getting one randomly during the actual completion of Gambit Prime. Now also, other than these new bounties that he has his original regular Gambit bounties, and then up top the blue ones are the new power surge bounties for those lower light guys who are trying to get their light up to 640 as fast as they can. Now Bungie did state that doing these bounties only take you about a couple of hours to get your character up to 640. Now moving on, after you complete your first Gambit Prime map, you're going to go back to the Drifter, and he's going to give you an item that actually turns the armor sense into a moat. Now, just like the baking oven, you're going to go to your inventory, you're going to go to details on it, and you're going to be able to choose which one you want to convert. You can only convert one at a time. You can't just convert all four and hold on to them. You can only do one at a time. Now, upon entering Reckoning, you're first going to see this giant portal. You're going to run into it and it's going to shoot you up top. Now, when up top, you're going to see this bank for you to deposit your moat that you made. Now, keep in mind, there are 4 places for you to put your moat in. If you can't place your moat in the one you're looking at, switch to another one. You can only put one moat in each of them. So if somebody else used the one you went to, you're going to have to move to another one and try to put it in there, and so on and so forth until you can put it in the bank. Now moving on again to the Reckoning itself, and what do you have to do in the actual Reckoning? Well, there's going to be groups of ads that spawn in, and they're going to spawn in everywhere on the map. Now there are 2 stages. Stage 1 is simply clearing the ads as fast as you can. If you're not killing them fast enough, your percentage starts to go down, but you need to just kind of spread out and damage all the ads you can and just take them out as quickly as possible, and the percentage will start going up. Now there are going to be some bigger yellow bar ads while you're doing this. Now you don't actually have to kill them. You can just skip them and just continue killing the smaller ads. But for my group, when we did this, we took out the bigger bosses. We just kind of killed everything that we ran across. Now moving on to phase 2, you're going to get your main boss that you have to kill. Now they are pretty easy. I felt like this could have been harder, but you're going to get this main boss that spawns in, and you can just all focus fire on him and take him out. Upon doing that, you will complete the event, and then you wait a little bit, and it's going to teleport you back up to where that bank was. Now, once upon teleporting, you can go ahead and accept your gift, and here you're going to get your piece of armor. Now the armor is going to drop corresponding to the moat type that you put in the bank at the beginning. And I also want to mention that these are random rolled armors, so you're not going to be able to pull them out of collections. So if you're trying to build up a set, throw them in the vault. If you're running out of space on your character, don't get rid of them, because you will need them to build up your bonuses and get the actual perks. Now, in order for you to get those pinnacle perks that you're looking for, you actually have to equip the armor, and upon equipping the armor, you are going to see another slot pop up right below your actual armor stats. Now, you can see in order to get these actual pinnacle perks, you are going to need multiple pieces of armor. For your first perk, you are going to need a +3, for the second +6, fourth +10, and for the final is a +15. Now with this being tier 1, this armor is only a +1, which leads me to believe that a tier 2 and tier 3 are going to be higher, maybe a +2 and +3, meaning you would have to have a full set of the same armor in order to get that +15. However, that is not the case. You will still be able to run an exotic piece if you want to, because you can consume a actual armor scent and get a +3 from consuming it. So my actual thoughts on Gambit Prime and the Reckoning, well, I really enjoy it. I mean, at first Gambit, I wasn't too into it. It was kind of slow paced, didn't move as fast for me, and this new Gambit Prime mode is extremely fast compared to the old Gambit. The Reckoning, not so much. I kind of like Gambit Prime better than the actual Reckoning. I feel the Reckoning could have been a lot better. You know, there's only 2 steps, just kind of clear ads and kill a boss. You know, there really isn't anything special about it. I'm hoping that tier 2 and tier 3, you might just get some more steps and they don't just make it harder. I would like to see some more mechanics added into it instead of just, hey, let's kill this and kill that and be done with it. And for the matchmaking in it right now, you can join into the Reckoning, and most of the time it's putting me into a game that's already started and halfway done. So if your team's not doing that well, you can go in and potentially waste some time and not actually win. But I feel like this is a huge improvement with the random rolls on the armor, being able to get, you know, different perk stats on it that you're actually looking for, and getting those actual full sets of either recovery or mobility armor that everybody's looking for. So with that all being said, guys, I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, go ahead and give it a like. Feel free to comment, go ahead and share it. And as always, guys, newcomers to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more D2 content like this coming out daily. And as always, have a great day.